The opinions expressed on the radio program by the hosts, co-hosts, guests, and call-in listeners or chatters are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not necessarily represent the opinions of Genesis Radio, www.genesisradio.com, Genesis Radio's owners, management, or affiliates.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is El Cheche Cuervo. I'm here with the charismatic charisma
Hello.
and amazing Amy. Sorry.
Hey.
What up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
I'm doing great. Hold on, let me get my
You want to get the levels right?
Okay. Not that I know what I'm doing.
Don't
But
act
like
an
engineer.
Right, she's like, oh, I'm gonna tweak this. Let me tweak that.
Y'all coming through loud and clear. Y'all good.
She turned into a whole mechanic over here, engineer and everything. Okay, architect.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
I'm excited.
I've been meaning to bring y'all two together for a while. 'Cause I
Jose
was
is the
like,
plug. He is the glue.
Yeah.
He is the glue for everybody.
The connector.
I try my
That's what
best.
he does.
I see a good relationship, and I would like, you know what? Let's bring them together. Let's make it work.
Okay, well, tell us more.
Yes. So, so my vision, right? After working with you, Charisma, on your entrepreneurial event, which was fantastic. I had a good time, met a lot of good people, and I saw your vision. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna take it as far as she can see it and beyond.
Yeah.
So I have a vision for you, and I want to work with you all the way through.
Yeah.
Amy, I seen the same vision. I was like, you know what? I see something that I can potentially bridge the gap to, and I'm gonna do that. So this is why I brought y'all here together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just want to say again, thank you
Welcome.
for being a part of that project. And Amy, next year, she's definitely.
I would have been there. I was out of town. Jose did tell me though. So he did put the word out, but I just couldn't.
You were like the missing link. Okay, I just want to put that out there for the world.
Yeah.
But Jose, you did such a phenomenal job just helping putting all that together
Thank you.
for the Elevate 2024 Business Networking Conference. That was November 9th. Yes.
No, not
It
yet.
seems so far away,
I
right?
know.
Like it was.
Yeah, a while ago, but just the other day.
Yeah. Yeah. So without you, just with your expertise, like you really made it what it was, and it was a huge success. So I just want to thank you again for being a part of that.
You're gonna have me blushing.
Mhm.
You should be used to this one now, Jose. Come on.
I'm never used to it, to be honest. Never used to it. It's
So
like
humble, that's
it's
all
like
we
an artist hitting the stage every time. You
Yeah.
always get that butterflies in the stomach.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
thing.
Well, that's a lot of what we were talking about, the elevating part, elevation of life. And we're in like the fourth quarter,
Yes,
right?
we are.
Wrapping up, starting
Yeah.
new.
Set some new trends, set some new goals. You
Yeah.
know?
Not
New
only with
achievements.
business, but in life
In general.
in general,
Mm-hmm.
and what that looks like for everybody.
And it
So-
looks different for everyone,
Mhm.
as it should.
That part.
But it should be personal. You should be focusing on where you want to go from here, you know?
Mhm.
Agreed. I remember there was a point where I haven't done this in a while, so I might actually implement this this year coming up. I used to have a list of things I wanted to accomplish for the whole year, and it all had different segments, whether it be like spirituality, self improvement in my personality, physique, education, time with family. I had a whole list of things. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work on all these aspects throughout the whole year. So I think I'm gonna implement that again this year, because I remember when the first year I did it, it
Mhm.
helped me so much. And I labeled it actually the year I become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
that year
You
was
did.
extremely great for me.
But all the gurus will tell you that is how you start to reach your goals, is to write them down, you know, visualize them, start
Mhm.
taking small actions, and then before you know it, you done did everything you said.
Facts.
So now's
Mhm.
the time to prepare.
Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
And I know you, Charisma, you touched on this on your what do you have the on Facebook?
Oh, the Business Mastery
Bingo. Oh
Network.
my god, I couldn't
Yes.
think of it. I don't know why. I was like, I know this.
Just did a whole event.
Yeah,
I forgot the
right.
name of the whole
No,
thing.
but it wasn't the event, it was the business mastery.
So the
like-
platform, right? So yeah, a lot of what you all are saying, it is very important to have a vision first, right? An idea. And because I work with mostly startup businesses, that's the most important part. Just having that idea and then knowing what to do with it. A lot of people say, I don't have the resources, I don't have the tools. But yeah, you do. It's most of the time the support you have, the circle of people that you have around you, and we were talking about that earlier, that makes a huge difference. Because when you connect with people who have been there before, like we all have mentors. We're not sitting here without the guidance of somebody that taught us how to do X, Y, and Z that we needed to do to move our business forward, or even our personal life. So it's so important to have that mentor, that coach to help guide you and get you through, because it's really hard just starting out, even with that one idea, to move forward and push through, because we have fears, we have limitations, right? Those limiting beliefs that we need to kick to the curb. But even still, how do we do that? So those are all learned tools, all learned skills on how, somebody told me I wasn't smart enough. Like somebody told me that, I wasn't pretty enough. Like if, someone wants to go into modeling or fashion or designing, or, what you're doing is never going to work. We've all been confronted with family members. Okay, I'm not even going to sugarcoat, right? We have some family
Maybe the
members
first
who,
ones.
Maybe the one.
Yeah.
okay, hurt us to our core. And then we start believing all those things, and then it just follows us into our adulthood. And then when we have this bright idea that just is the gift from God that we were destined to have. Like you can't hide from your purpose.
Mhm.
You're gonna
So
fight
true.
your purpose, but you can't hide from it. It's there, But we have all this baggage. That Erykah Badu song, "Bag Lady." Lady. I ain't gonna stop. Hold on. That's another show. So we have all this baggage, and we're carrying it around, and that's our limiting beliefs. And we don't know how to start, getting rid of all this stuff that's in the bag. And that's when the people that comes in our lives help us to guide us to gently and sometimes forcefully, because sometimes we need that.
Is needed. Yeah.
Get your together,
Uh-huh.
Because you're better than this kind of talk. And then that's when we start to learn new skills, So self-development, business development is crucial. Both go hand in hand. And so I just encourage anybody who has an idea to just surround yourself with a network of folks first.
Yeah.
Your surrounding is definitely important.
Yeah.
If your circle is not moving forward, then you're just stagnant, and that's you
It's
need to
like
get
the
out that
saying
circle.
they say, if you would two, someone tells you the third.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Yeah, you gotta find yourself out of that situation fast.
Exactly. Because we can be with those folks who are elevating and thriving, and we could be with those folks who are.
the opposite.
Yeah, just
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Let's do it. Let's get into it. I love a little tea. Let's get into the tea. Let's get into the people who don't got our back.
Correct.
Yeah. No. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Me?
Share your.
Yeah.
I mean, doubt comes from everywhere, right? It comes from
Mhm.
yourself sometimes, but it definitely comes from the people closest to you, the people who you hope and expect to have your best, or just to be as excited as you are for something. But you'll tell somebody you really care about an idea, and they'll just sprinkle a little doubt on it, and that'll kill your whole vibe, because it's coming from
Facts.
someone you really care about. So that's another challenge, is to push past that doubt, whether it's from yourself or it's from someone who you would have hoped would have supported you more. But it's one of those, keep going. They'll see it, eventually they'll get to a point where they're like, oh yeah, she was onto something.
Yeah.
And at that point, you'll be like, okay, well, you'll feel more confident in yourself at that point that you won't need that validation. But Yeah. That's
Yeah. For me,
Well, first things first, you gotta know what your circle is.
yeah.
Right.
You gotta know
But
who
we
you're around.
want-
That is
You
true.
are
Yeah.
But what
only
type of
as
people
good
you
as the
want?
people you surround yourself with.
That's right.
And you should know that you can't tell
Everything to everybody.
big ideas to small-minded people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's
They're
true.
not gonna understand it.
That's right.
So they have to be socially your peer,
Mhm.
That is true.
even if it doesn't, even if it's just mentally socially your peer.
Mhm.
If they're not, they're no good for you.
Speaking a different
Yeah.
language, yeah.
Exactly.
So
I
is
like
that.
how you just popped in like that. Like,
He like, real quick. He like, I got something for you. A little
you know.
spice.
That
A little
double
spice.
And,
Yeah,
like you found your opportunity. This was your moment, huh? What
and look here, when y'all need me, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You know,
But you brought up a really crucial point. Like, how do you know what's your circle, right?
That's
How
on
do you know?
self-reflection. That's on self-awareness.
Mm.
Once you know you know what type of people either match with you or don't.
Mm-hmm.
But that takes time.
well,
Yeah,
all you have to do is listen,
yeah.
because the truth lies within the joke.
Always.
So, what do they say when they're around you?
Mhm.
You know, when you're doing what you do and you're making progress, what do they say? What type of joke they make?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you think
Yeah,
you're
them
doing it,
jokes
huh?
Yeah.
You all that, huh? Right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
The truth lies within the joke. So when you hear those little slick little comments like that, you got to make a mental note.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you slowly back away from them,
Mm-hmm.
because when it's time for you to do what you got to do, they're not gonna be there to help you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna have your tailpipe dragging.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I think when you know that self-awareness that Amy's talking about is when you get tired of hearing people say, you know, make a joke out of it about what you're inspiring to do. And you're dead serious on,
Mhm.
I can see this, I'm tired of living in the situation I'm living in, whatever the circumstance may be, I'm worth it and I can do better. I don't know what that looks like or how to get there, but for some reason, I'm tired of people making fun of me
Mhm.
and joking about something that
You're
I
starting to take it
find that
seriously
I'm
now.
passionate
Mhm.
about. Yeah. I think that is a true awakening. Yeah, that's a really good point.
You know
because-
how I started to measure my progress lately with like things I'm working on and who I'm talking to, or like
Uh-huh.
one of the ways I used to weed things out.
Yeah.
If I tell somebody something and I feel like if I feel misunderstood, if I tell you something
Mhm,
and your response is like making me feel like, oh, you don't understand what I'm talking about,
mhm.
then I know, okay, I'm onto something.
Yeah,
So actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
And at the same time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's
I'm
time
like, then
to
I'm like,
change
okay,
your
I can't talk
manners.
to you about this no more.
Yep.
But I'm onto something.
yeah, yeah.
It's going to
Exactly.
time.
That's
And
why.
that's how it starts.
Yeah, I love when you was telling me about like the magazine you want to put out,
Mhm.
and I was like, I'm all the way with this. I see it.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you push you along too. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
I've always been that type though. I always push my circles along.
Yeah,
Like I've never been this type to like stay still or anything like
Yeah.
that. I can't. It's like staying stagnant drives me crazy.
mhm.
But you know what's real important? I always say it. You know, y'all hear me say it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be afraid to change your nouns, because sometimes
Mhm.
you got to change the people, places, and things in your life.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know what I'm saying? If you trying to move forward and make progress, if the people around you are not forward thinkers,
Mhm.
then you gotta go. You're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
You keep in the wrong company.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because guess what? You know, we know it don't take much to make something happen.
Mhm.
You know, if we all get together right here and say we're gonna put up $1,000 to do something, well, look, it's 5 of us in the room here. That's 5,000. We can do a whole lot with $5,000.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to be able
You
to
know what I mean?
see potential.
But so many
Yeah.
people can't see that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, what happens when you got 100 people putting up $1,000?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We all know 100 people. How many people that you can go to right now and say, listen, put up $1,000, let's do something.
Right.
How many people gonna
It's probably
say,
good for?
I got enough
Like,
disposable income to throw up against the wall, see if it
Right.
sticks for $1,000? And how many people gonna look at you and say, man, you crazy?
What's disposable income?
Yeah. right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, well, you know why they don't got disposable income?
Uh-huh.
Because the generational wealth is in their closet
Mhm,
or
mhm.
parked in their driveway.
Mhm.
That's why.
That's another
Money in the
loaded
wrong
conversation.
places.
Okay,
Oh, we
yeah.
got that covered too.
Yeah, you know.
I
but
heard.
I ain't gonna talk
story-
about you too bad.
You had your priorities in order. You made sure your home was taken care of. Okay.
I was listening to a story about this guy who invested in crypto and invested up. Let me get the right term out. Invested $30 a day. And when I told this to a family member, they was like, "Who has $30 a day?" I said, "First of all, we all got it. You really think about it, we all got it. Exactly. Like we spending money like crazy.
Yeah.
If you ain't got $30 a day, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Within 8 years, that man became a millionaire. It only cost him like $86,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's money out there. You just gotta like have a vision and a mindset for it, and you gotta stay like on it. Like you gotta like weed out all the voices, block out everyone who's like doubting you, and even your own voice sometimes
Mhm.
to make it all happen.
Yeah.
Like if you truly want to know who you are, if you're trying to find yourself, then just look at the 5 people that you've talked to last.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were right.
Agreed.
That's a really simple start.
And
Right.
how talking to them made you feel
Yeah,
the last
the
time
last-
you spoke to them.
The last 5 people were in this room, by the way. That's my last 5 people.
That's a really clear indicator of where you are in life. The last 5 people that's on your phone right now, look at your phone and just look at the last 5 folks that you've talked to. That's gonna give you an indicator of where you are in life, whether you're as successful as you ought to be or not. Just in case you're searching at this point. But people are going to spend money on what they value.
Mhm.
People are going to invest
What they see
in
is
what they
value.
value. What they see is value.
Yeah.
We can buy a purse that's $3,000.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at y'all like
Right,
y'all crazy.
and because
means
it's
something to me.
valuable,
Yeah.
it means something.
Yeah.
You know, but if there's something that's $5 right there, and I don't see any value in it for me,
I'm overlook it.
and it may benefit me, I may need it so bad. It may change my whole life,
Right.
right.
eggs. That's the first thing that popped up.
Eggs is
Because
hilarious.
eggs are
You need
expensive
those.
as hell.
They are. But
Real. Everything
Priorities.
grocery wise.
So since I'm on a carnivore diet, right? Like I hope my trainer's not listening. Slightly.
I know you cheated over Thanksgiving. He knows
Shout
it
out,
too. He knows
shout
it
out Trizza Street G.
too.
But so protein, high protein, well, all protein at this point, and eggs, right? But eggs are hella expensive. It's like $6 for a carton of eggs.
That's crazy.
And although I need them, right, to help me through my goals,
reach your goals.
and
Yeah. That's
my
what you're going
diet
to the
and all
gym
that
for.
stuff.
Yeah.
I will not pay $6 for them damn 12 eggs.
I don't blame you.
But I will go straight over there to the mall and get that $3,000 Louis.
Oh,
No.
Louis bag.
Hey, listen,
Don't make sense.
I was just about to tell her, you know what? For $35, you can solve your egg problem. Let me solve your egg problem for $35. You know what I mean?
Only thing every morning.
That's right. Your egg problem is solved.
This economy, I would take a chicken.
Yeah.
I would take
$35.
Me too.
$35.
Me
Chicken and a
too.
rooster
They lay eggs every day, right?
every day.
Oh,
I
yeah,
might-
let's go.
that's an
Every day.
investment. That's an
Every day.
investment.
Let's
Oh
go. You already
my
invested
God.
in
Cost you
Trinity,
$35.
girl.
Right.
You got a backyard? Get a chicken.
Uh-huh.
We actually
$35.
live somewhere where we can do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would consider it.
Most people
Right.
they ain't got the backyard.
Exactly.
Nothing like that. So.
So we're
But what is
talking.
it? What is it? The price of the eggs? Why you overlook the eggs at the supermarket?
It's the price of the eggs.
Girl,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
she's
I
like,
would
yes,
never
it's
pay
the brain
$6
game.
for
It's
eggs.
a brain game.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, how much am I valuing these eggs as much as I thought I was? You know, even though it's gonna help me. But I don't know. It is a game. It is a mental, like,
Mhm.
mind situation.
And a lot
It
of
really,
this, a
really
lot of
is.
overcoming your doubt and a lot of pushing past stuff is mental
Mhm.
delusion. It's
Yes.
convincing yourself that
Well-
something you don't believe is true is actually true.
Absolutely.
Until that's
You
the
have to look
story.
at things as wants and needs.
Yes.
That too, though. That
Wants
too.
and needs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Prioritizing, yeah.
Too many of us put our wants in front of our needs.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
you want to know why our lights got turned off.
Right. Well, for the record, my lights are on.
All right,
And listen,
My lights are
Hey, look, I'm sure the 5 of us in the building right now don't have that problem. But you know what?
Knock on the wood.
Listen, there's a whole lot of people out here, you know, like,
Can't say the same.
I
Hey, look.
agree.
That's a fact.
But again, it goes to the value, right? What we're valuing.
that's right.
It doesn't matter the cost. We're
Mhm.
gonna put our money into something that we feel, you know.
Because I done saw a lot of cats. I said, yeah, that mink is real warm,
Yeah.
but you sleeping on the floor. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I've seen it too. I've seen
you
it
did?
too.
Yeah.
People are living these days like that, you know.
People
But I
have
hope
been
people
living
make
like that. I don't think this is new. Like,
yeah.
it might be more prevalent because we're more exposed to people's habits and activities for
Mhm.
social media and whatever. They show us everything.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's new. I think if we want to expand on this conversation, it's how do you surround yourself with the people who have the same values as you do so that you can start to better develop your life as a whole.
Yeah,
Because
be
what's the
better.
point of having people in your circle who not on the same page? Like, you want to spend your money on Louis, I want to spend my money on crypto. Like, we
Mhm.
can't really talk. What are we
Well,
talking about?
Mhm.
So,
This is what it's all about.
I know.
When there's
what
an
I'm saying.
instructive tongue speaking,
Yeah.
you have to have an attentive ear. And the
Yeah.
problem is
That's true.
when you got the wrong people around you,
Mhm.
it's because you're talking and not listening.
That's right.
You're talking and not listening.
And it's
Mhm.
very few who listen.
That's right.
Mhm.
Very
You know?
few.
Yeah.
And I think as a coach, being able to listen, and I've always been that person, you know, and that's why I got into this field, this industry too, because I enjoy listening to people, but people just want to be heard,
Mhm.
you know, and sometimes it's sad because I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's why I like the elderly. They don't only
Yo,
Well,
they
they got-
keep it a buck at all times.
yeah. If they want to talk, I'll listen. 'Cause they
Yeah.
got something to teach me.
Yeah,
Everybody
for
else
real.
has
They've
to
been
get it
through-
together. But
They've
Yeah.
got years and years of it.
Yeah.
They're gonna teach you the right way for the most part.
Mhm.
Especially like relationship advice.
Mm.
They got the best
I can
relationship
imagine.
advice.
Let's talk about that real quick.
What you got?
Let's switch
Okay,
gears real
I'm-
quick. We were talking about that show that
I'ma
Barack
just go-
Obama
I'ma
produced
just go on
Netflix
social media
a
not
little
long
bit.
ago.
Yep.
And then Michelle Obama just produced a reality show on Netflix. It's called The Later Daters. Okay, so we got
Ooh.
55 plus people dating. And you know what I learned?
What?
They dealing with the same problems my generation did.
What?
It's the same
No
problems. But it's actually a really, really good show. I would highly recommend
What
it.
show is
Later
that?
It's called The
Daters?
Later Daters. It's on Netflix. Michelle
The
Obama
Later-
produced it. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What's it, like a
Yeah.
series?
It's a
TV
reality series,
Will
yeah.
they be popping balloons
Like a
like,
twist
they do
on love.
nowadays too? Like, how does that
It's a
work?
sophisticated twist on, like, you know, Love is
Wait,
Blind.
the Later Dater?
I think it's called The Later Daters.
Later
Daters.
daters.
Older people, middle aged, dating.
Oh, I
So, like,
see it.
50
Okay, it's
plus?
a TV show.
Yeah, 55
Like
plus.
retirement people.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Interesting.
And it's funny, but it's just like, oh, y'all got the same issues we got. It gives me
Y'all
comfort.
crack me
It
up.
never-
Y'all crack me
it
up.
never gets old.
Engineer, what
Y'all
you got
crack-
on this? What you got
y'all
on
crack
this?
me up. I ain't got nothing on this. I ain't got female problems. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, period.
You know?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But
The
Well,
problem, you know.
I got my wife, so
I
I'm
like
already-
you said
I'm
that
already
with
taken.
conviction.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I got no female problems.
I meant that.
You know
He said
why?
99 pounds and a woman ain't
I got- I got 5, you know my 5 famous words.
Oh, Lord.
You're no good for me.
So,
As soon as I realize she's no good for me, I hit her
And
with the
that's on
5.
self-awareness.
yeah, so
Man.
you're
No
no
good
good
for me.
for me. It's
You know what I
alright.
mean?
I don't know if this show, that's gonna have to be like another show.
You
Yeah.
know, that's the 5. You kidding?
You're no good for me.
That's right.
That's the next segment.
Pick up on it
That's
before you drop it. You know what I mean?
We were talking about the older people. Oh yeah, people want to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we got into elderly people
Mhm.
and later daters. So,
Yeah, the later daters. Yeah.
back to people want
So
to
wait,
be heard.
so how does it work on the show though?
Right.
How
Because
do
look,
they
I
do it
got
on the
it.
show?
It's queued up on my phone.
So they follow a set of people who are single older people, 55 and older, and
Mhm.
they set them up on dates, and they just follow how their dates are progressing. But quick spoiler alert: this one man goes on this date with this beautiful black woman. She's in her 60s. She has a PhD, whatever. He meets this woman at the table, and he's like, "Yeah, because I like them ghetto. I like them ghetto." And then he proceeds to tell her they're in Atlanta. How he don't live in Atlanta though, he lives in Tennessee, but he comes to Atlanta to mess around.
Oh my
And I'm
God.
like, oh my
That's
God,
how
So
we
it
have the
started
same-
out.
he's
we have
still
the same
swinging.
problem.
He's
That's
still
how he
Hey,
started
swinging.
look
out.
here. Look here.
Yeah.
You know what? He ain't stepped into his greatness yet, man. You know?
Listen, at 60, We
Hey,
gonna
listen.
step into it.
Hey, listen. You know, women mature a lot faster than men. You know that. You already know. You know what I mean? And
That is so true.
and if he's stuck into that alpha thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we did talk about this.
If they stuck into that alpha phase,
Yeah,
they're gonna be jacked
you
up.
know, hope for him.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
you know the difference between, I done broke it down to you about that alpha,
You did.
that beta, and then there's me.
If
I'm a
nothing
sigma.
else, the show is highly
Yeah.
the show is highly entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check.
I
this
gotta
out.
watch
It's-
it.
yeah, for real,
I
it's
gotta
not
watch it.
entertaining.
Highly recommend. And it's some good looking.
I gotta watch it.
Mhm.
Older, good looking black people.
All
I'll
right,
be-
the later daters, guys. The later daters.
Yeah, look into it. Check it out.
I
Y'all
see
might
that
like it.
As being a real
On
thing, though.
Netflix.
My dad is like,
You could be a contestant. And then on just like a social end, it's nice to see older people on screen. No lie.
Yeah.
Because we don't see old people on screen
Yeah, that's true.
or
Mhm.
older, over 40. That's
And it's
how-
like a
Oh, so
reality
it's an
show?
older.
That's what I'm trying to tell you,
Over-
girl.
Over 40.
The later daters, they're over 55. So it's like a dating show with
Got it.
The
Your
older
auntie.
people.
Got it.
With your auntie.
your great aunt, Ruth.
I'm
Got
gonna
it.
tell Jiggy about this. Jiggy
Jiggy would like it. Y'all should have a segment about it. It's
Oh
good.
God.
I
I'm gonna
got
send
it.
Jiggy on the show.
Oh God.
I'm going to pop the
I'm
balloon.
connected.
Yeah, right? That's
Pop the
easier.
balloon. Yeah.
Yo,
easier.
we should do a pop the balloon
I'm
upstairs.
down.
Jose.
Yo, let's
We could
do
do a
it.
Poconos pop the balloon upstairs.
I'm
I'm
with it.
telling you. And we could make it bougie, so it's just like people with some class and status.
Class to go walk in with a champagne glass.
But yeah,
Yeah. But please let them have $2 above lunch money.
That's what I mean.
You gotta have $2 above lunch
That's what I
money.
mean. There will
You know
be
what I mean?
requirements
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You know,
It's gotta be.
I
don't-
love that idea.
we don't want crunchy black.
That would be up there.
Nah, you can't have that. Oh,
But I think that's
nah.
an idea. I'm not gonna lie.
We
Come
can do
spring, we could do that for
All
spring.
right,
Yeah.
so
When it get warm
spring
out.
2025, we're doing a
We're doing
Yeah.
a pop the balloon,
Pop the balloon.
Poconos.
Yeah,
I'm just
popping in the Poconos. That's what we doing. Popping in the
Popping in the
Poconos.
I am so in.
That would be
Yeah,
cute.
one night.
Yeah.
There's some good people around here. We just can't see them because there's too many trees. So we asked them to come
I
to the
look-
studio, and it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Hey, but you know, and we still trying to do that speed dating thing.
That's
Yo,
we still trying to do the
a
speed
version
thing.
of that.
We still trying to do the speed dating thing at Q's. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Look,
goodness.
Hold on,
Yeah,
we're
you
putting our
We got some
minds
goals
together.
to put together.
All right. This
See?
is what it's all
You
about.
see what happens when you get around people that got
Hello?
Like
ideas?
lines, right? The ideas start flowing.
Okay.
You start seeing it before it happens, and yeah,
Yes.
everything starts to unfold. It's
Yeah.
good.
We're in the fourth quarter.
Mhm.
Elevate 2025, right?
Right.
Get your pen and your legal pad. We ain't talk about no short
way I
goals. We
keep
talk about the
my-
law.
The way
The
I'm
long
keeping my
form?
notebook,
Get your logo.
Look at that.
the way
Oh,
it stays
look at
on me, my
Clutch.
tabs and
You see that?
everything.
That's
It
clutch.
keeps it on me. You never know your
All
good
of that.
idea. You need to write
All of
down.
that.
I'm not playing.
Keep a notepad and a pen in your bag
Yo,
at all times.
always be
That is a
brainstorming.
must.
And then also on your phone, if you don't have the app or anything, you can download to write notes
Yeah,
and stuff like
you got
that.
a Samsung
Or
Note.
put on
Yes.
your voice memos. You're not a writer. You're not a typer.
Yeah.
You know, talk to yourself on your drive to work or wherever you're going.
Mhm.
Don't answer yourself though.
But that's a whole different problem. But we
Wait,
know somebody. for
look,
that. We got
it's
somebody. for
too
that.
late.
Facts.
Too late. Too late. Too late.
Too late.
Honestly.
You know, not for nothing, but I feel like you got to be a little bit crazy to jump into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You got to just be a little crazy because you got to fight against so many voices.
Crazy
Yeah.
or just right. I think when you get tired and fed up,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just tired of being
Yeah.
what they say.
Tired of being
Tired-
sick and
tired-
tired of being sick and tired. Nah, facts.
That part.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
And
you
then
know,
you start talking to yourself.
it's nothing like being an entrepreneur when you can see that you turned nothing into
It's
something.
something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But it wasn't nothing. It was your idea.
But-
it
but
literally
yes.
came from within you. and you
Exactly,
birthed
but
something.
it was just a thought. First, it was a dream, a thought, then it was a dream
Yeah.
Everything
that you
works
made a
though.
reality.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's the way it is.
It's magical.
you know?
And honestly, it
Absolutely.
can be magical when you look at it as a whole.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
It's
you may
exciting
not be
if you're
able to
crazy
see
enough.
it
Yeah.
up front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, correct.
Well, you have to see a little something. You got to be able to see like, here's a path I could take. You might not take that exact path, but you still have an angle you want to reach. So I think
Absolutely.
that's the beginning of anything.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Like I've always known I wanted to have a business. Never knew how to get into it. Then life happened, right? And I say life
Mhm.
happened because I ended up like homeless, and then found my way into this entrepreneurial thing that I'm doing now. And I say thing because I'm like, I know it's a everyday learning process.
Mhm.
Don't even know what to call it, but I'm just call it like
Your
everyday
journey.
learning. Yeah, my
Yeah.
journey pretty much. And it's exciting. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned so much on the way, and I'm the type of person who's always trying to feed myself, like my
Mhm.
thoughts, right? Feed more and learning. I'm always constantly researching. I'm always trying to see what's the new trend in entertainment and what's coming up and how can I do this. That's just me, and I love
Yeah.
that.
Informed. Yeah.
Mhm. Agreed.
And I always say motion attraction. So all you have to do is just start moving. When you start moving, things are gonna start being. You're gonna start attracting things that is outside of your comfort zone. Things that you've never thought that you would be doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Just these doors are gonna start opening. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
I'm doing what I envisioned doing, and I never.
Yeah.
It's happening. You ever had that feeling like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, it's happening right
Mhm.
now? I can just feel, how could this be like?
Tell me about it. That's
So
how I
you
felt
just
when I first
started.
came on the radio show.
Yeah,
Started. Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
So just start. If you're thinking about like becoming an entrepreneurship, just stepping out to do what you feel like is your purpose, your mission in life. Especially now that we're in this fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
We were
Wrapping
talking
up a hell
earlier.
of a
You got to
year.
start.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Start
Start.
preparing now.
Yeah, don't wait till January 1st.
Good.
It's already too
Took a little
late.
rough draft. You can always tweak it. You can always amend it, but
Mhm.
You know
Have,
that
like-
that New Year's resolution ain't nothing but a curse, man.
Yeah.
for real.
Everybody talking about I'm doing something for the new year.
Yeah, it lasts. for
There's
about
no better
3
time
weeks
than
and
than
that's
right
it.
now.
Not right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
wait for things to be perfect. There's no such thing.
No such
You know, I'm throwing it up against the wall, see if it's still.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Because I've had far more successes than failures
yeah,
than anything I ever did. And this guy here, me and him sitting here, we done threw hundreds of thousands at the wall.
a couple
You
of
know
them
what I
stuck
mean?
though.
Yeah,
Quite
A
a
couple
few
of them
stuck.
doing
You
alright.
You know what I mean?
That's all that matters.
So ain't nothing to it. We done went in the club and blew $15,000-$20,000 at the bar.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
What day was that?
Big spenders, right?
You know why?
Is that happening again?
You know why? You know why? Because we was investing in ourselves.
Yes.
We was investing in our production company. All right. So just imagine you go to the club where everybody's at, the who's there,
Yeah.
and you put your credit card on the bar, and you sit there. Now you start sending bottles to everybody who's somebody
Mhm.
with your business card, right? Then all of a sudden you pull your card back, you pay your tab, right? But now nobody want to be outdone, right?
Mhm.
So what do?
They start sending bottles.
They send
out.
you bottles, right?
Mhm.
So what do? What do we do, right? We re-gift the bottles.
Wow.
We re-gift the bottles to whoever we didn't get. So now, the next time we came out, we went to Mike Tyson's birthday party, Little Ken's birthday party, right? We rolled up with about 40 people.
Mhm.
Everybody on the VIP line waiting to get in line.
Mhm.
Security officer said, Hydra, right? Come on. How many people with y'all? All of them. And the locks, everybody on bad boy people, everybody on the line. Mason, all of them.
Mhm.
Yo, who's them?
Yeah,
We the cats who just gave away $20,000 worth of liquor 2 nights ago.
Wow.
Everybody know our name.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
That's
an investment.
Now, was that
Mission
the
accomplished.
plan?
That was the
Going
plan.
in.
That was the plan.
Okay.
That was the plan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was the plan. And guess what? Wherever we went,
They knew you.
we was good to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not to mention, our office was on 29th Street and 7th Avenue.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So we was in the heart of everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? You have to be willing to make the investment. If you don't invest in you, why would anybody else?
That's right.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We made that move right there and turned everybody head.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Did he want to outdo us?
Mhm.
And he was the man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who these cats?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? We wasn't even drug dealers.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We had
That
9 to
was
5s.
illegal money.
We had-
hard earned money.
We had 9 to 5s because it was all lined up. We
Mm.
knew we was gonna do the bar thing.
Mhm.
We had the hottest cars on the market.
Yeah.
You know, we had our uniform on. We made the initial investment to make the splash.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Once we made the splash, everybody want to be your new best friend.
that's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now that's when you start getting business partners.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
So have a strategy and a plan, right?
Absolutely.
Beforehand. But the best investment that you can make is in yourself.
Absolutely.
Right.
Agreed.
with just learning, building your craft, and skill building. We talked about self-development earlier, learning more about yourself, investing more in yourself. Because like we were talking about the Louis bag earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's an investment, putting your money into something like that.
Mhm.
It is.
When you can put your money into something,
There's levels though. There's
Yeah,
kinds
yeah.
of
But that's
investments.
like-
so
tiers.
That's definitely taking
Yeah.
care of yourself, for sure.
But-
On another level,
but-
It's the
but-
bottom
but-
tier
But
investment.
you only do that when you have arrived.
Right,
And,
right.
and when you can do it,
Yes,
without
if you
blinking
can,
an eye.
by all means,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because just the other day, we was in Macy's, went to see Santa Claus the other day,
Mhm.
right? And a friend of ours, they saw some people in the store that had these Louis Vuitton bags on. A little kid had a so-called $7,000 Louis Vuitton knapsack on his back, right? And they were blown away, like, oh wow, could you believe this? And look, this other lady, she had another expensive bag or a Birkin bag or something right there. And we're in Macy's on 34th Street, so I'm a New Yorker, so it's like, okay,
Yeah, it's not.
okay, right? You know what I mean? Tracy Morgan got on the elevator with us, no big deal. Okay, Tracy Morgan on elevators, right? We used to that, right?
Mhm.
But when you see people like that, you got to realize that 9 out of 10, they didn't gamble with the rent money when they bought
That's
that
right.
bag.
Yeah, that's
You know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? They already did that.
Mhm.
So when they bought that $7,000 bag for that little kid, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Guess what? That was disposable income.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you got disposable income, you can do all that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to it. But it's when you out there like, I need that. You know what I mean? Where you going? You got a $5,000 bag with $200 in it
Exactly.
and a credit card that's maxed out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my people?
Right.
No,
You know
And
what I'm saying?
yeah, and that's when like money management comes into play too, which is very important for our people in particular also. Just learning how to spend money. But yeah, like you shouldn't go out and splurge on things that you're using your rent money for or
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
which
not.
is, a lot of people do. They go out and buy all these expensive things and then
Mhm.
you go to the house and it looks like
You be like,
what, like
this is where you live? You live here, you ain't got no land, you
That's
got a
right.
box.
That's right. That's right. You know what I tell
So I'll
them?
be back. I gotta take something back.
Yeah.
Before the store closed.
Hey, look, I said, I'm doing bad in the church, man. My rent's due, my baby needs shoes. I'm messed up. You know what I mean? Because when they come around talking about, can I hold something? Can you hold something? A job? Can you hold something?
Hold on to that.
Please.
Oh, man.
That's why immediately I let them know out when they say, how you doing, man? Bad in the church, mouse. I let them know out the gate. I give them a disclaimer. Don't ask me for nothing. I'm
Right,
doing bad in the church, mouse. My rent's due and the baby needs shoes. So I ain't got no spare change.
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's get that out the way.
Right.
So if I'm not your guy, get to stepping like Martin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing to talk
Go
about.
that way.
That's right. Now, if you're still around, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I got it tonight, you got it tonight.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. But you know what? If you're going to come around and make more withdrawals than deposits,
Yeah.
5.
Mhm.
You're no good for
You're
me.
no good for me.
Yeah.
You're no good for you.
No good with me.
And you bring up a good point too. It's like just learning how to say no to
Oh,
folks.
that's
So,
hard.
For me, that's always been easy. I don't know.
no,
why.
some people really
It's
struggle
hard.
with
Looking at
that.
you.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people
I'm
struggle
good.
with saying no.
Yeah.
I used to, I used to,
to.
but I learned that lesson early. That's why. Now I have no problem. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
you know
I learned
what?
that lesson real early. Now I
You
was
have
giving away a
to
lot.
you have to go through something to really understand that. You
Yeah.
gotta you gotta be that guy who had it all, lost it all, and then got it back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because some of us, we just hustlers. We're gonna make it happen by hook or by crook.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of us don't need the uniform. You know what I mean? So nobody should be able to walk up to you and figure out what your net worth is
Mm-hmm.
by what you're driving or even what your address is. You know what I mean? You want to know anything about me? Check my zip code. Don't ask me my address.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's your zip code? You know what I mean? The zip code will tell you more about how somebody's living
Mhm.
than their address.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because the address could be a PO box,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what? That's just the way it is, you know, because a lot of people want to look the part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why there's a difference between old money and new money.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? New money showing off.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's super loud.
like
Oh man.
I'm not impressed by the guy who drives a 20-year-old Mercedes Benz. Dude, you could have brought a brand new Honda Accord
Mhm.
Mhm.
for less than what you paid for that 20-year-old Mercedes Benz that
Unless
you can't
had
afford
it
the
for 20
service.
years, you know. If you buy it 20
Yeah,
years
yeah.
later, then not impressed.
90%
impressed.
of the black men you see today, unfortunately,
Yeah.
younger black men you see today
Oh, well.
that's driving exotic cars, they're damn near 20 years old.
Oh, that I
and
know.
they just
That
went and
I
brought
know.
them.
Right.
And most of
right.
them got them from the buy here, pay here spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? So you know what? For what? You want to look the part? For some funky ass broad?
Right.
That can't help
Yeah.
you get nowhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does she brings to the
Yes.
table? Nothing.
At 20.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, but when you think about it, at 20,
He's
yeah,
impressed.
that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Because is it really for the guy?
Listen,
No.
Let's talk about that.
let me
So is it really? So when you all buy
They don't do anything for
Benz
themselves. They do
or
everything for women.
You're right.
is it for women?
Yeah.
Mhm.
now, let me tell you something. When I was getting money, when my stock was high, the first thing I did was got married. I had a wife.
Mhm.
So that eliminated all that extra stuff. So
Okay.
what whatever I did for home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, because I came up in the music industry, a lot of things in the music industry is about the look. It's the uniform. I call it the uniform. All right. You know, when I came up here and I built this humongous house that wasn't lived in, right? You know, and I had all the toys, all the right cars, all that other stuff. You know what I mean? There was a point where I probably had $500,000 worth of cars parked in the driveway. It wasn't because I needed it. It's because what I did was that kept me relevant to keep the phone ringing.
Mhm.
And as long as the phone ringing, I generated money.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't look like you got it in the industry, you're not going to get the invite to the party.
Right.
Mhm.
You're not going to. People aren't going to want to say, "Yo, come, I got a budget. Come jump on this budget and write a song or help us do something with that."
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I only gave those elaborate parties at my house and them pool parties because that's how I attracted all the
Right.
other
Right.
That was
celebrities
strategic.
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
come
that
to
was-
my
That was
crib,
Right.
plan.
and
Yeah.
they could come there and look at my spread and all everything else in the community I'm living in, the whole nine, and say, all right,
He's doing something.
he's still getting it. He's
Mhm.
still relevant.
Mhm.
So guess what? That turned into phone calls,
Mhm.
so on and so forth. And you know what? It kept the money coming in.
Mhm.
But soon as the things in the game change, I don't need the uniform no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I can liquidate. I can get rid of some of this stuff. Because, you know, that's not me. You know what I mean? Those are props.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
a difference. A lot of people think that the props that we had was what we really want to do. Nah. You think I want to do that? Every one of those cars that I brought was an investment because I made enough money off having that car sitting in the driveway to pay for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That house is there because it generated income and created a buzz for people to keep cutting me the check.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So they paid for that house, right? And it kept me relevant. But guess what? As soon as my meal
Once the goal
tickets
was met.
started going,
Mhm.
got out the way,
Mhm.
I began to liquidate. I don't need this because I didn't want it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I didn't even need it. It was part of the props.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'd rather take that money and put it in my brokerage account. So let me get rid of. I don't need the Porsche now.
Mhm.
I didn't drive it anyway. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I had other cats that came to the crib. They drove my cars more than I did. Right?
Yeah, you told me.
You know what I mean? So guess what? You being liquidate. Do I need this big, humongous house? For who? It's just me. My kids is grown, right? What do I need that for? I got another property over here, smaller, just enough for me and what I need.
Mhm.
Boom, I ain't got nothing to prove.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, my bank account gonna say what it is,
Yeah.
and that's just between me and my banker
Right.
and my partner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I guess that's like, you know how they say wisdom comes with age. You got wise enough. Some people don't get wise enough.
Oh yeah, well, like I
To
tell
get to
everybody,
that
I done
point.
made all the mistakes that I'm ever gonna make in my life
Right.
Mhm.
already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I made them when I was in my 20s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the time I was 30, I was good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was good because look, this man could tell you we had an opportunity to relocate our studio right in the heart of Jamaica. We right on 165th Street in Jamaica Avenue, down the block when the DMV used to be down the block. You know what I'm saying? The whole second floor, whole loft, from the DMV all the way down to Jamaica Avenue, that whole upstairs loft. You know what I'm saying? So we had all our ducks in a row. You know what I mean? And we wasn't afraid to make the investments. You know what I mean? But
It's made like a city block.
It was a city block.
Wow.
The loft was a whole city block on Jamaica Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Heart of the South Side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we made choices that we felt were going to be better for us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But we were prepared to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we were young men, young.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody going to jail. We wasn't gunslinging, we wouldn't do nothing that. We was out thinking people.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to say out thinking, we was out dumbing them.
Out
Mhm.
dumbing them.
We was out dumbing them.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
That's a good way to put
well,
it.
well, you better pick up on that, out dumb them. Because
Yeah.
you know, when they think you outsmarting them, now they watching you like a hawk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you're out dumbing them, they think they pulling one over on you.
Yeah.
And you slow walking them right down the plank. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, we done made all the mistakes we gonna make in our life. Ain't from here on out, we ain't do nothing but winning. So you know what? Y'all talking about
That part.
them bags and all the other stuff and looking gorgeous, and man, I'm going to Walmart. What you rocking? Walmart. What you rocking? So I'm
Food over
good.
the loom.
I'm good. Because guess what? The people that's gonna judge you, right? For the most part,
Mhm.
they're not eating in the same restaurant you're eating at, right?
Right.
They're not vacationing where you vacation at. You have nothing in common with them. So
Right.
where are you gonna see me?
You ain't gonna be in the same room.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
You gonna see me
facts.
rolling through Walmart, you know, you be like, oh, who that?
Right.
He done fell off. Yeah, I done fell off.
yeah, I want you to see me at my worst.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm down
Cause
bad.
that way you ain't begging for nothing. You ain't trying to come get me. You ain't trying to do nothing. You know what I mean? Because you on a need to know basis.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what? When my kids say they want something, they're gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm spending all their inheritance, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, sometimes you don't have to wear it on your sleeve and show it all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You don't.
Only when it's part of, you know, the uniform.
plan.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's part of the uniform and it's a prop. If you use it for a prop and it's generating income for you, I'm all for it. But if it ain't generating no money, and if it's costing you money, like when my situation started beginning to cost me to have this and live here,
Yeah.
oh no,
Absolutely not.
I'm selling this joker. I'm
Yeah.
out of here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it because I don't need that much room. You know, I mean, most of us can live in a room by ourselves. We probably can live in a 1-bedroom apartment and live happily ever
We
after.
can.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Comfortably.
But if you because we need to show so much stuff
Mm-hmm.
and you know we want to be comfortable and feel successful,
Mm-hmm.
well, success is a state of mind, in my opinion, at this point in my life. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to prove. You know what I mean? So,
and the sooner you get there,
Yeah.
the better. So
oh, you better know it.
Yeah.
You better know
And
it.
that's just wisdom. So I heard you loud and clear. Okay. If nobody else did.
I heard it.
That's somebody who's just been through something and knows something, you know? And that's what I'm talking about. Just that mentorship, you know, just learning something even here today, you know? And yeah, it's unfortunate because you do have folks who are out there just showcasing and, you
Oh,
know,
I'm
with
excited.
the material things and this and that, and don't have that strategic plan or that mission, right?
Mhm.
Or that goal to, okay, I'm going to do this to get that. They don't have that structure, right? And so that's why it's important, again, to have like that circle of folks around you who are going to empower you to teach you how to do those things, right? How to get your bag, right?
That's right.
And still
And keep it.
stunt, still do all the things and have the things that you want, but for a purpose, right? Don't just, because I used to do a lot of stuff just, I've paid my way to where I am today, just being in business for so long. So I get it and I understand how that is. And I've made a lot of mistakes early on in my earlier career too. But mistakes are a wise man's education too. So you got to go through some failures and all those things. If you try to not fail, you're going to fail by default, right?
Yeah.
So allow that to happen also, but also have a plan. But I didn't have a plan early on. I was just doing. But when you sit down, like you were saying, Jose, and you have your whole list and you can see how your 2025 is going to be, okay, I'm not just going have this particular product or item or spend this amount of money or even show up at this place for no reason. Like now I show up at places
Yeah.
With a
for
purpose.
reasons
Yeah.
and a
Right.
purpose.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I value time now,
Yeah.
right? Whereas I didn't before. So when you go through your journey, like you learn also that process in life and in business too. But it's just very important to just have those folks around you who can help steer you in the right direction. But it's unfortunate that people are still living life day to day that way, and not getting anything out of it, but it's deeper because it's like, how much do you value yourself? How much
Yeah.
do you feel like you're worth? Like you guys, y'all felt like y'all were worth enough to invest and spend $30,000 that day, right?
And trust me, we walked out there and went home and looked at each other like,
I hope that works.
you know what I mean?
That works.
You know what? But
And we didn't even drink.
Right.
we didn't even open a bottle.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But you know what? Within 72 hours, the 72-hour rule,
Yeah.
within 72 hours,
Mhm.
we began to see the benefits
Yeah.
of it. You know what I mean? Because now people who didn't know our name
Mhm.
knew who we were.
Yeah.
We just popped out of thin air,
Yeah.
just like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like they say, the rest is history. Because
Mhm.
you know what? And trust me, we went home that night like saying, man, this ain't like the 40,000 we blew that. We knew we blew that money,
Yeah.
but we just gave this away. We just gave it away
Mhm.
Yeah.
with business cards. That's
Yes.
it. You know what I mean? Nothing else.
Mhm.
Who's going to look at that card and hold on to that card?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure the first few people that got bottles was like, who are these?
Right.
But by the time they saw that, they flooding the club.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But you left out one important detail.
What I left out?
Tell them how that card looked, though.
Oh yeah.
That card was crazy.
Oh yeah.
The what?
The card, the
Our-
business
our
card
business
itself
card.
was something
Oh,
nobody ever
Oh,
saw.
oh, we
Really?
we didn't have
Custom.
we didn't have a regular business card. Our cards were clear, see-through cards.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, so we had
Who came up with that
Right.
idea?
we had a light green one, we had a smoke gray one, and a straight clear one. You know what I'm saying? So like
They writing on the back of them cards.
ain't no writing on the
It's
back of this
making them
card.
look. It's making them look.
This a lucite card. Like
Mhm.
who is these jokers?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? And sometimes you gotta be different. You know what I mean?
Stand out.
Some of them
And-
cards is still around. People still got them.
Absolutely.
Like, y'all got your card.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
20-something years ago.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So
It stood out.
yeah, well, you
Yeah.
know what? We did some crazy things.
Mhm.
We did some crazy things. You know what I mean? Saying that, you know what, we wasn't gambling with the rent money. We was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we had money coming in. We had money coming in, but we were just trying to increase our cash flow and our
Mhm.
income. So we had to make. You want to get to this market? How do we get to this market?
Yeah.
How do we make the splash? You know what I mean? Because knocking on the door wasn't going to do it.
No.
You know what? And I couldn't go in there and say, well, that's my cousin. Can you let me in? No, I can't ride off his coattail.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Nah. We had to make it happen by hook or by crook. So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta be willing to do what the next person ain't gonna do.
That's right.
That's it.
You know what I mean? What's gonna make you different?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Why would anybody want to talk to you?
Right.
I mean, come on, like what my man say on Shark Tank. I like your idea, but I don't want to talk to you every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to you every day. So I'm going to pass on your idea.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So sometimes you got to be prepared to, throw it up against the wall.
Yeah.
You know
Take
what I
that
mean?
risk.
Yeah, let me tell you,
Yeah.
Facts.
if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have did it. And if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have did it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then we had my other partner, Spence. So it was 3 of us. We got 50, 60 people, but it's 3 of us financing the struggle.
Mhm.
But the 50, 60 was a part of the look,
Yeah.
the crew,
Yeah.
the pack. You know what I'm saying? But it was 3 of us paying for everything.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But we made it happen. And at the end of the day, plaques is everywhere. You know what I mean? The phone kept ringing, and we kept doing what we was doing. Head
I
you don't
love
rush
that.
at. Head you don't rush
Yeah.
at. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to do different stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm nerdy and I'm eccentric. Yes, I am. I'm strange.
And it worked out for you.
And I'm strange.
And it's
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
you gotta bet on
love
yourself.
that.
Right?
You gotta be willing to bet on yourself the
Facts.
most.
I love that
See
story.
what happened when y'all stopped doing double dutch? You let him jump
Oh
in.
my God.
Now it's a TV show
Now you
featuring
gonna like.
featuring
Let's
us.
talk
You
about
should've kept
the
doing
later
double
daters
dutch.
again.
Uh,
The later
So
daters.
you saw the single rope. You saw the single rope. You're like, ah, man.
Gotcha.
And I seen it happening too, but at that point it was too
Right,
late.
See there?
You gotta let him
See
chop
that?
it. Let him off. Let him off.
See there? See there?
But I like when Terry drops these gems because it gives me a lot of insight on how I make my next move. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about those things, like how can I implement this
Yeah.
immediately? And that's what I like. So I appreciate you.
Well, I'm only here to help and encourage, man.
But for those of us who are just getting started on this here journey,
Right?
we're doing the best we can.
Hey, look, I done gave you some ditties. No ditty.
No ditties, no ditties.
I love that. I love your story, and I love hearing other stories too. It's very inspiring because we all need inspiration too. A lot of what you said, I'm gonna carry, out of here.
You're welcome to it.
Yeah, for real. And so I appreciate you for sharing that. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem at
I
all.
do. I do.
I just looked at my last 5 calls. I heard what you said too. You left a few nuggets on the table too, man. Hold on now. Everybody's left a few nuggets tonight.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna have to say nothing.
That's what we do.
Saying it all.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
I can relax tonight.
Nice.
And look, by the way, I don't even have a belt. I don't even wear a belt.
You don't wear a belt?
Whooping nobody?
No,
Yeah, that's what we
and look, I used to have a piece of rope tied around my waist to tie my pants, just so nobody wouldn't ask me for nothing. So I'd be like the homeless guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Oh,
You
You had
my
a
God.
shoelace? You had a shoestring?
Oh no, I stepped my game up.
Oh,
What is it?
I done stepped my game up. You know what I mean?
That's you taking on a look.
You
know what I mean?
Son.
You know why?
Somebody call me a cab. I'm
Hey,
done.
let me tell you something.
I think I'm forking.
Let me tell you something, man. You know what? Warren Buffett still drive that old
That's
1983 Cadillac
Mhm.
Seville,
That's right.
and he drives, and he eats McDonald's every day for lunch,
That ain't
Right.
good.
Yeah.
and he's one of the most richest people in America.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What does he got to prove?
Absolutely.
So why do we have to prove anything? You know what I'm saying? You know what? You want to get a seat at the table?
And that's where you see the wealthiest people and wealthy, rich, middle class, poor. Wealthy will drive a Honda, you know,
That's right.
and not care anything about
That's right.
what they're driving because they don't care about what
Don't care.
judging them or saying anything about them or anything like that. They're at that level, right? Because what's most important to them is not what we're driving, not what we're wearing anymore.
It's that legacy, that generational wealth,
Absolutely.
what their great grandkids gonna have. You know what? The fact that their name is going to be on a building somewhere,
Yes,
Mhm.
or on a street sign somewhere, that's their goal.
that's
Yeah.
it.
And once they get it all, then they won't give it away.
Yeah.
Be the best philanthropist they could be. Who can give
Yeah.
away the most money? All the people that got all the money, Their biggest goal now is
Who can give it away?
who can give away the most.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's gonna keep their
The
name in
conversation
lights.
becomes different.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm to the good. You know, I pay attention. I'm a good student.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can go anywhere I want. You know what I mean? And I ain't got to worry about nobody trying to hit me in the head,
Mhm.
kidnap me, or go after my kids, do anything else like that. Because you know what? I ain't out here hummer stunting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know what? When we can talk about generating income stuff, we've been a part of over $1 billion worth of music.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't mean we need a whole lot of money, but in perception, you know what? People would think that, okay, you know, we're gonna run up in his crib because he must have got something up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's how people think. You know what I mean? And so that's why I live where I live. You know what I mean? Because if you come up through there, you got bad intentions. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna be all right. You got life insurance? You know what I mean? You know, but for real, but that's why you have to play the game of life. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? What we call it, what ifs, right? We did the what ifs. You know, you got to play your what ifs, man, and know what's going on, because you never know. Because all them people that's hummer stunting,
Mm-hmm.
when I die, ain't gonna be no GoFundMe.
Mhm.
No,
All right.
Yeah, everything's already taken.
And I don't need life insurance.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because the money's already there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so you're gonna be one of them, or you can be one of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they not like us. Just want to throw it out.
There you go. Listen, but
And ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a beautiful
And
name.
his prices just went up.
I said nothing else.
and that's that.
And
There
that's
you
that
go.
on that.
They not like us.
But they're
That
not.
was good.
Yeah,
Okay. And you gotta be able to recognize that.
I'm turning my mic off. I'm gonna let y'all wrap it up.
Good night.
And,
Good night.
see, and now
Mic drop.
and know why? Now you know why I don't ever be on the camera.
They're gonna be all day.
Oh man.
So, Amy, what's happening in your life?
Ain't none of your business.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. I love these conversations.
Right?
They be so meaningful.
Always
and like,
so enlightening.
yeah, enlightening. I can take all this to the next day.
Yeah.
Giving me
Beyond.
energy to go work on something. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like,
Facts. Like I might just want to make a movie now. Like let me write a script.
You gotta
That's
start planning
nice.
our pop the balloon. Let's
Yeah,
start
yeah,
planning.
that
Oh,
too.
I'm dead serious about
Me
that.
too.
I just think we got something here.
Me too. I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how Amy brought it up because I was literally just thinking about that this week.
Yeah, we already got an entertainment company. All we gotta do is put a flyer out, put out some ads.
We don't
Invite
want to say
good
too
looking
much.
people.
I don't want to say too much.
They know what pop the balloon is.
Yeah,
We're not gonna put too much.
yeah,
But,
but,
Popping Poconos.
all right, we got it. We got it.
Throw one little fly out there. Yeah. You
What's
know?
that?
Yeah, it's people be listening to the station. They be trying to take ideas and stuff.
That's
Can't give
true.
them nothing.
And stop stealing. Okay, just come collaborate.
Thanks.
It's better together.
Join the winning team.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's better together.
It's so bad.
This was so much fun, y'all.
It was. I loved it.
Oh.
Do we have New Year's resolutions, or are we just like going with the flow?
Well,
I
I don't
definitely.
really believe in the resolution thing anyway. I think it's
Yeah.
just a matter of setting goals and going for
Yes.
them. So
Perfect way to say it.
That's it.
I do got a few.
That's it.
I definitely want to take out some business line of credit, maybe a business loan. Talking to the guys here, possibly expanding and doing more things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a few goals lined up for 2025. Maybe even a parade. We'll see what happens.
ooh,
I like that.
I love the sound of that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What about y'all?
Me, I just want to bring my ideas to life. I feel like I've been sitting on a couple things. I feel like a chicken hatching an egg. It's just like, child, just get up.
We talked
Get
about
up
it
on
a
the damn
little
egg. You've been sitting
Yeah.
on it too long. So I'm just like ready to start some things I've been thinking about
Yeah.
doing for a while, and I'm excited about that.
Well, you inspired me.
Please.
Yeah, with your ideas. So I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yes. And we are definitely working together. So
Absolutely.
you ain't get rid of me that easy. Okay.
Welcome. Welcome to my circle. happy to have you.
Yeah. I think when 2024 started for me, I was already excited about 2025 because it's always just, forward thinking. And I use every year to go through trials, tribulations, experimentations, and all that stuff for the next year. So it's always like a cycle for me of just new opportunities, different ideas, collaborations, partnerships, and all those things.
Nice.
So it never gets old.
Right.
It's just growth.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at life and business, just elevating what we're talking about today and just growth every year, to doing all the things that you were assigned to do.
Yeah.
Where is what?
I got one. It's like my ears perked up like a dog. I was like, what? Don't bring that past that.
Like my cane corso.
Pass it down.
Oh.
I like the choice of words though.
King
You said what we were assigned to do.
Assigned, yeah.
See,
Yes.
don't let that just mull over. You know what I mean? You assigned.
Thank you, DJ Rude.
You assigned.
Yeah.
to
You doing
do.
a cheer?
Cheers.
Hold up.
Elevate 2025.
Cheers to success.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell y'all
All the way
something.
up.
I'm not telling y'all my plans.
It's okay.
We just gonna show y'all.
It's okay.
I
But-
love that
but-
energy.
but
I love
I'm
that
glad-
energy.
Like y'all were called here for a reason, and
Yeah.
I think we accomplished the goal.
Amen.
Absolutely.
This wasn't about radio and showing off plaques on the wall. That's not why we told everybody come here tonight. Y'all are part of my vision for 2025. And we'll get into
Such a high
details
honor.
Somebody give
off
me
the
Such a
air.
high honor.
Off the air.
somebody give me a tissue.
Right.
Right.
Such a high honor. You know, crazy. I didn't expect to be on the air tonight. When Jose said, "Oh, we just meeting at the station," I'm thinking we just having a meeting of the minds, but we did have a meeting of the minds,
Yeah, we did.
just for the world.
Well, I just want to thank you all for having me here.
You'll be back.
And what the
Wow.
I said it real quick. Like, you ain't going nowhere. You coming right back. She's like, I'll see you
Same
tomorrow.
time next week.
As a guest, I appreciate it, and I'm so honored to be in this space with you all. Like this is amazing. You guys are great. Oh my god!
Likewise, we
Thank you
felt
for
the same
having
way.
me.
And that event you pulled off was it also was motivational too, because I was sitting there, even though I was in a working capacity,
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
something out of it,
Yeah.
and I still was listening, and I still ain't find a lady that mastered LinkedIn. I'm still looking for her.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Melinda
I-
Holmes.
yeah, I didn't realize it was the monetization side of that LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Leaving a lot of money on the
Yeah, we
table.
leaving a lot of crumbs out there.
Yeah.
And one thing me and him don't do, we don't leave no crumbs on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll send you her information.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
But Jose, I gotta say, Jose Cuervo, Che,
Yes.
this dude is he's the younger version of us. Like he's motivated,
Mhm.
and he's got the right attitude for this. This
Yeah.
entrepreneurial thing is not for the weak.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But listen, there's nothing wrong with having a day job. I like to say that every time I get a chance because we don't want to deter people. We're not saying jump out the window or do something.
Mhm.
You know, our seed money was our day job.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we talked earlier. That same scenario you said, if we had to come up with $30 a day
Yeah.
and that was going to be my investment account, I don't care if I had to drive Uber. I can make $30 a day
Mhm.
in an hour
If
or
I
two.
try.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Exactly. Just find a way to do it.
So don't knock the man standing at Walmart. That might be his goal. He might be putting $30 a day in an investment account somewhere for the
Yeah,
next
that's
30
it.
years. And while we still struggling, waiting for Social Security check that he might not be there,
Yeah.
he gonna have $1 million investment account.
Exactly.
So I don't knock the working man. I don't knock a 9 to 5. Sometimes you need to do that to have seed money because everybody's not going to see your vision. So, like you said, your first investment might be in yourself.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's it. But in the music industry, they don't do nothing for you unless you do something for yourself.
Mm.
It used to be developmental budgets we used to get for some of our artists. Now,
Mhm.
record labels want a finished, polished diamond.
Mm.
Mhm.
That's it.
Mm.
They don't want to have a developmental project. They want it to be fine-tuned, polished, shining when they get it.
And they don't want to pay.
They don't want to do the
They
work.
don't
They
wanna
want
pay.
you to do the work and pass it to them.
Yeah,
So it's a different era, man.
it is.
We did some things that we didn't even think we could do, but we were just young and dumb.
Mhm.
I'm dead
That's
serious. We
when
were
you
dumb.
had a plan.
That song, we are young. We should have changed it. We were dumb.
High notes over there.
Yeah, we were dumb. We were dumb. And they called us dumb, right? They was like, these dudes are stupid, right? But
Right.
You have to be out of your mind
You need a little
to
Delulu
pull something
make
that
it
off.
Yeah.
work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
but I can tell you this for a fact. And if anybody know me, and all my listeners, you know me, you can call up there and verify this. I was getting $500 for DJ like 30 years ago.
Mhm.
This DJ can't even do that now.
Yeah.
30 years ago. 30 years ago. 20 something years ago, I was opening for Nelly. I was getting 2,500 a show.
Wow.
He was getting 165 a show. So I didn't think that was a lot.
Mhm.
So it depends on your circle. Like they say, that
Yeah.
bottle of water. If it's in the bodega, it's $1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it's in the airport, it's $7.
That's right.
But it's the
Ooh.
same bottle of water. I'm not the greatest DJ in the
That
world.
just
I
sounds
just
like
figured
that
some
in
things
Miami.
out on
Yeah.
how to place myself in the right place where my value is higher.
That's right.
That's it.
That's
It
it.
ain't really rocket science.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't believe in themselves enough. They don't even see themselves in that light.
Right.
But that's why we have to encourage people.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody asked me this the other day, how much do you think I should be charging? So if somebody asked me that, that shows you really ain't figured out. I don't have to ask nobody that. Jose, you ask me, you tell me the scenario, I tell you the price right away.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna shape out the job. I'm gonna do an investigation. I'm gonna see what it's worth. I'm not gonna overcharge. I'm just gonna make the client feel happy at the end of the night, and they don't feel like they're gonna say, "I see why you charge that." Now I understand.
Yeah.
And you, my DJ, moving forward. I got so many annual events. My calendar's almost full for next year.
Wow.
That's
Nice.
And like I said,
Congratulations.
and I'm not the greatest DJ in the world. It's just a plan it, and marketing.
That's awesome.
And when I got tired of taking those little $150 and $200 nights,
Right.
I got my man. I said, listen, we got to throw our own parties. So we walking away $5-6 a night. It's the same
Yeah.
work,
Mhm.
the same equipment, same lugging the speakers and all that. But we did take some chances, and there was people that was way bigger than us on the party scene. They had thousands of people coming to the events. We had a solid 300 or 400 people that popped out anywhere that we did a party.
Mhm.
We made more money off of those 300-400 people than they made off of the thousands of people.
Mm.
So they got 100 partners, and
Yeah.
they got a bar guarantee.
Spread thin.
They have bar guarantees at these places
Right.
and stuff like that. No, we wasn't doing none of that.
Yeah.
And we kind of put ourselves in a position where we could control our own destiny.
Yeah. We
I
need to
love
start
that.
doing more events. I'm down for it.
Nah, you already gave a few. You already gave the world 2 of our secrets already.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Get him up there.
But it's all good. It's all good.
Get him out of
Because
here.
look, we can do this every week and come up with 5 new ideas.
Yeah, you're right.
Each person can come up with one idea a week.
And that's what it's all about.
Nah,
You
this is
know?
a good vibe. It's a good brainstorm, and I
Yes.
do hope that whoever's listening is inspired by this, because
Yeah.
it even got me inspired. I wasn't
Call
gonna say
in.
nothing.
Come to the studio.
Yeah.
Come be a part of it. That's
Nah,
it.
it's dope. It's dope.
And DJ Rod, even I love the fact that you mentioned the people who are working 9 to 5 and supporting their families, and just a lot of people like to be in that position, and those are professionals. And I worked 9 to 5 too, when I was in corporate for a very long time. And so the message for professionals, and that's why I like to talk to professionals and entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurship is not for everybody, like you said.
It's tough, man.
It's not for everybody. But as a professional, you still have to hold yourself up to a certain standard.
That's
right?
fact.
If you feel like you're worth or deserve more, do not settle for what you have. So if that manager position is what you're striving for, then go get it. So these conversations are just for you, just the same.
Yeah, same thing.
Just the same. Right.
Somebody
You
that can
gotta
do a
set
job
goals.
is an honorable thing. That's hard
Yeah.
to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with a job. I like to say that. And I do
Absolutely.
financial advice, but a job is nothing wrong with that.
No.
But if you don't have a financial plan with that job, then you will just spend the next 30 years of your life
Mhm.
making somebody else rich.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
if you're using that money and you got to come up with a plan and you're planting a seed here and there, like you say, you could, the thing is, you got to realize that the seeds you plant today, you're not going to reap the harvest right away.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That seed might not pop up for 5-6 years, but if you plant enough seeds, some of them they're gonna sprout up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just planted enough seeds. A lot of our seeds is in the ground still,
Mm-hmm.
and people stomped on them and kicked on them. Say, that's red seed. I don't like that. But,
Yeah.
they masked us out, but we planted some seeds that they didn't know about.
Mhm.
We planted some seeds they don't know about, and sometimes, like you said, you just gotta. We are the most gifted people in the world.
But
That's just the bottom line.
We do talk too much.
We talk too much.
I'll tell you why. You know why?
We talk too much.
Because we birthed so many multi-million-dollar ideas
Yeah.
that other people took and ran.
Mhm.
We used to have weekly
Yeah.
meetings.
Mhm.
When we first started this radio station,
Mhm.
we used to have weekly meetings with people from all over the place. And it was just conversations just like this. We were sharing our business plans with people, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these people are now they popped out on their own and they try to become our competitors.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But
The biggest thing that we gave away
you might want to come on the mic.
became the next thing on him on the mic became N1.
Really?
We started that. We just didn't call it N1.
What?
That first N1 basketball team that people saw that was all amazing. That was our basketball team.
Yeah.
We took
Wow.
we took the idea of the Rucker and said, let's take that on the road.
Oh no, you need to go on the mic for that
Let's
one.
take that on the road.
Nah, that's a fact though.
So
Wow.
with Future and Headache and all of it,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Ali Mo and all of them, that was our team. We
Wow.
took them up and down the East Coast,
Mhm.
down south, to play against local basketball teams. We took the Rucker on the road.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And they became N1's
Wow.
basketball team because
Interesting.
we were spending the money,
Mhm.
$40,000 a trip.
Yeah.
We were spending the money, doing what we was doing,
Mhm.
right? But we didn't think that we should invest the money into what they were doing
Mhm.
that was a sideshow for what our music thing that we was doing.
Yeah.
And
somebody saw the vision and they say, you know what?
y'all
Taking
come get
it
with
around
us.
with it.
We're gonna
Yeah.
run with that.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
But Future ended up getting a Nike deal and everything else. Like a lot of
Wow.
good things came out of that.
Mhm.
But we still stood on our square, even though that did draw some attention.
Mm-hmm.
We never really shift gears.
Mhm.
We was out there on our music stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was just part of it. We would get in touch with somebody, the mayor of South Carolina, and be like, listen, we want to challenge you out to a basketball game. Okay. Tell us more, right? So we have a radio station date waiting for us. We get there the first week before we go to the hotel. We pulling up to the radio station
Mhm.
and we talking about what's going on. But we wasn't greedy. Like we shared the money with the community. We popped in on Friday night. We found the hottest club.
Yeah.
We split the door. They kept the bar. We kept the door. We told everybody we really here because a lot of stuff back in the day, people was saying this one's gonna be here, and they don't show up. It was like a lot of that going on. So we showed up. We here Friday. Let everybody know we here.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, the basketball game. We only charged people $5 to get in the basketball game.
Yeah.
We could have sold concessions. What we did, we gave the concession to the local churches in the community. We hired a DJ there. I didn't need a DJ. I hired a DJ from a local DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Do the halftime show and the in-between stuff. We let them keep that. So that made the community get behind us. They like, yo, These some real cats.
Yeah.
By Saturday night, while our show came, they paying again now to see the show. But then we do the same thing we did Friday night, Saturday night. Again, split the bar and the door with the club. So we had like 4 or 5 paydays in one weekend. And we still gave the community some love. And we let their artists perform too. We didn't just bring Brand Nubian and all these guys and then don't give them a chance. They be like, could some of our guys get some shine? Yeah, y'all can open up for Brand Nubian or whatever. So it's all about being inclusive with people.
Yeah.
You know, if you come there, you try to go to somebody else's town and just rake all the money out
Right.
and then you buying all the champagne at the bar. No, they're gonna try to kill you out there. You know, they don't like New York down south like that.
They don't.
So it got to be some meeting of the minds, and you know, we smoked cigar with them or whatever. We wasn't on no like. We came with a lot of respect. We didn't come down there being rude and disrespectful. And even if our team won, we made sure they did it with class. We up by 40. All right, stop shooting. Like we want to live. We want to live. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's all a show now. We know y'all can do it. We get it. But some of these guys are better than NBA players, and that's another thing too. It's some of the most talented people was in Rutger Park.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do the school or whatever. School ain't for everybody. Doesn't mean they're not talented, but they found a way to still make a living. Doing what they love, maybe not to the NBA capacity, but they definitely were talented enough to play with that type of player. They just didn't care to go to school or couldn't do school. I know one of them went to school. He was on a major college team. I ain't gonna mention his name. The next thing I know, he back around the way. What are you doing? You had a scholarship. He's like, school wasn't for me. That's what it is.
Yeah.
People was looking at people like remember Pee Wee Kirkland? That's an old thing. Y'all Google it when you get a chance. But Pee Wee was an excellent basketball player.
You say y'all Google it.
Yeah, that's before your time. But Pee Wee was in Harlem, and he was making more money with his women than the NBA could offer him. They offered him a contract. He was like, I'm not going to play basketball. I'm making more money here in Harlem with my girls. He said, I'm not leaving that. So those were people that, unfortunately, we looked up to that stuff. We was like, yo, you know what, Pee Wee turned out an NBA contract. Oh, wow, he getting it. He getting it out here. And some people just wanted to do that. I don't know. I'm sorry, Pee Wee, you my guy, but I mean, I just, pimping ain't easy, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Neither is entrepreneurship, but it's just so much to think about.
Yeah.
We just want to leave people, when we close out, we just want to leave people with something to think about. And if you can look in the man in the mirror, are you happy with what you see in the mirror? Go ahead. I'm happy with what I see most of the time. But I still struggle with personal stuff like everybody else. We all do. And we just keep pushing through. Don't quit.
Yeah.
That's the only way you lose. If you quit. If you quit, then you lose. But as long as you don't quit, you're never gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're either gonna learn something, it's gonna be a lesson or a blessing, right? At the end of the day, like you said, right? It's gonna be a lesson in it.
That's it.
Everybody that made it somewhere done failed many times before they made it. That's a fact. You just see the glitz and the glamour and where they at now, but when you hear their story, you be like, wow. When you read those books, you be like, wow.
Yeah.
When you start reading the 10X and all that, right? You be like, wow, I didn't realize it took that. The 5 a.m. club, all this stuff. These people are getting up.
Yes.
5 in the morning.
And that's that investing in yourself again.
Meditating,
that conversation.
working out, they do it.
Yeah.
Everything to give them a slight advantage while everybody sleep.
Yeah.
They done did a couple hours work before most people even wake up.
The discipline. Yeah.
Consistency.
Absolutely.
Discipline. And
absolutely.
True story. Everybody in this room has that. And I'm gonna close with this. Well, I'm gonna close. Y'all can stay all night. But I'm gonna close with this because the other thing, the thing that's important, I actually learned this when I was when my stepson was playing basketball. He was pretty good, and they were scouting him. He even came up here, so the Bob Hurley camp and all that. They put him in leagues, this and that. You know, he's a pretty good player. Had a lot of potential, but the difference in that city life and the suburb life, if you have opportunity to go to these programs, the schools out here and stuff like that, that's kind of an advantage. That's a flex. That's a flex. That's a flex. When I lived in Far Rockaway, I had paying $400 a piece for a kid to go to Catholic school because the schools was like crap. So when you start equating all that stuff, you think you can't afford a house, but if you can pay $800 a month for your kids to go to school, if you can get rid of that and put that somewhere else, you have enough to get a house. We think we can't afford this stuff, but we can. And then the thing is, while they coaching the kids at these A-rated programs, they in another room coaching the parents. They were coaching me more than they coaching my kid. I was like, what the hell? Why I gotta go in a room and talk to somebody? But what they was explaining to me is that the same thing that we explaining. I'm not the greatest DJ in the world. Your son ain't the best basketball player in the world, but we like him. They make decisions on how much community service you do. They said, what is he doing? So he was in the AR, the military program, ROTC programs. They will go and clean up neighborhoods. They look at all of that stuff. And then the main thing they look at is the same way that we look at people from a radio station perspective. We know what we can do. We know where we're going. We have to hand pick our team, because the same way my son wasn't the best player, he was a good kid. So when they on the road, they got to travel. They thinking, would I want to share a hotel room with him, or am I going to get a call in the middle of the night that they running through the halls and I smell weed coming out their room and all? They don't want that, and we don't want that either. Look, we done hung out together, right? We done went to the suite. We knew that was good. We knew it was good to take you there. We didn't feel no kind of way. We wasn't saying, oh, I wonder if we take Amy there, she's going to turn up. It wasn't like that. And anyway, I went with Jose, it's the same thing. I don't be worried about it, because we already got past that. So we already know when we get.
She showed up and showed out in the
I
suite.
did
That's
not.
But when we get there, I'm not going to have a problem. If I have to share a room with you, I ain't gonna have a problem. I got to share a room with him. We ain't worried about what y'all gonna do. We know once we get to that point and we start doing shows and we out of town and all that stuff, we have the right class of person that's gonna represent us the right way, and we ain't gonna get that phone call at 2 a.m. Tell them, yo, the room 7F, can you tell them to chill out, turn the music down? Like, nobody wants to deal with that. And that's what they was telling me about my son. The same thing. They was like, he ain't the best player, but we keep him around because he's a nice kid. Sometimes just being a nice person or being a decent person could get you the advantage, that one little advantage that you need. So I don't care about somebody say how great of a DJ I am. I want to be remembered for that, for the character. It's just like I told you, you ain't gonna hear nobody say Rush snipped them out or something. I'm not. That kind of is more of your legacy than your money or anything you can accumulate on earth, because you can't take none of that stuff with you. But if somebody run into one of my kids and they say, oh, you Rush is your father? He's such a nice fucking guy. That makes my day more than anything. That makes my day more than anything. And every time I hear that, I be like, well, I didn't do everything wrong. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, man. So we got to think about that. Talent gets you in the door, but your character will keep you in the room. Y'all can put that on the shirt. Talent will get you in the door, but your character will keep you in the room.
That's right.
Write that down, Amy. Write that down. That's the 2025 quote of the year right there.
And
Now, but that's it, though. That's how we doing.
Also, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Talk about it, sister. Talk about it.
And we talked a lot about that.
Nah, but that's dope. That's dope. I love y'all, all of y'all.
Yes.
Likewise, brother. Love you too.
Y'all some good good,
Oh,
good
Thanks for
conversation.
having me.
But y'all
This is
action
awesome.
people. That's what I really like. Y'all action
Y'all
people.
do something.
We ain't got no time. We
Y'all
got no time
ain't
to play in
talking.
these
Y'all ain't
streets.
just chatting.
We
Y'all
got no time
actually
to
doing
play in these
something.
streets.
You got stuff to do. You got stuff to
Right.
do.
We got mountains to move.
She told us in the first 2 minutes, my time is valuable. Don't play. I'm not playing with y'all.
That's it. And you gotta know that before anybody else.
Word, let's start the show. Hi, my name is. My time is valuable. You better know it. Nope. So thank you, because that is the most valuable thing you can give somebody. Your time. So
That's
if
it.
y'all shared this with Genesis Radio tonight, thank
That's
y'all.
it.
Thank you, world. Thank you,
Yes,
listeners.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, TP Square, for having the vision.
Yay.
Woo!
I live that.
It's dinner time.
All right.
Right.
It's dinner time.
Right. Yes.
It's
It
that
is.
All
time.
right, y'all.
So
Yes,
glad
this
we
was
had this time
wonderful.
together.
I
Y'all
know.
agree.
Y'all
Always a
want to sing a
pleasure.
song?
What you got?
All right,
I
y'all.
want to say,
Adios.
can we talk? Wait, how we going out?
Adios.
Right?
I'm gonna let Quavo close us out, man.
All right,
Quavo,
y'all.
come on, Quavo.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, Jose Cuervo, that's my name. I got Charisma, Amy, Rudd, Terry all in the building right now. Exciting. Yeah. And thank y'all for tuning in once again.